Welcome back, guys. In this episode, we are going to tackle the evil that is SLIMELUNG. Oh yeah, but before we do that, there's a link in the video description, and it's a secret link to a magical world of unicorns and rainbows and information about oxygen not included. So you should go and check that out. Okay, so let's talk SLIMELUNG. Oh, by the way, I have just set a lot of these storages to sweep only because somebody gave me a tip that if you have too many storages just set to like free usage, it'll potentially slow your game down. So so once they're full, set them to sweep only. Okay, slime. Let's have a look down here, shall we? We've got slime here, and if you look, it's got like 900 million germs in there. Same as this, same as this, same as this, same as this, same as this. Okay, so how do you mine this stuff without getting like SLIMELUNG throughout your entire base and like your jeeps all getting sick and things being pretty horrible? Well, essentially, it's the same idea as the idea I'm using to clean the water. So over here, you know, I've got germy water that I'm feeding into a chlorine room, storing in reservoirs. Okay, and then we look at this reservoir. Okay, so we've got germs in there, and because they're in contact with the, or at least the reservoir is in contact with the chlorine, the germs all get killed. Okay, sweet. And once it's cycled for like a minute, there'll be no germs left, and we empty it out, which I'm going to do. So, so yeah, the idea with the slime is basically the same, that we batch process it the same way that we do with the water. So what we do is we collect our germy water, then we put it into the chlorine room. Once it's cleaned, then we put it into our regular water supply, and it's all beautiful, beautiful, pure, clean water. So let's say you're in a starting area, and you kind of need to get through an area of slime. Okay, the first thing to do, set up your chlorine room. Okay, now I've got a pump and filter in here. I'm going to move these. Seriously, I can't stress how important it is. Set up your chlorine room. Get your chlorine room like absolutely perfect. So you know you want to have a storage bin for that's set up for your bleach stone, so that you keep it as max pressure as possible in there. This is basically max pressure, 1800 grams of chlorine, and if we use any up, then it immediately gets repopulated by this bleach stone. Okay, so so let's sort this out. First thing I'm going to do is move this deconstruct, and I'm going to move this. Yeah, move this filter. So deconstruct that, and the reason I'm moving that is just to make some room, but also because you want this pump in this top corner of the room for maximum efficiency. So I'm going to get ventilation, gas pump. I'm going to put that there. Then I want my gas filter. My gas filter's going to go there. Yep, cool. And then all I want to do is just pipe it up. Pipe that up to there. I'm going to wait until this gets built so that I can set the filter. Set that to 9. Ah, there we go. Right, my filter, come here, is going to be, where is it? It's going to be chlorine. And then I've probably got to change this pipe around a little bit. So I'm going to route the chlorine round there. That goes to this vent. This, you know, I could get rid of this pipe, but I'm going to leave that. That's my pipe in case I want to pump some more chlorine in there from somewhere. So we've got an air vent over there. We've got the pump to pick up whatever's in the room. We run it into the filter. If it's chlorine, it stays in the room. If it's not, then it just gets vented out to the outside. Okay, so we're just trying to keep this room pure chlorine. Okay. You want to make sure that there is no carbon dioxide in here. I've had several people saying that this wasn't working, that they'd set it up exactly like this, but it wasn't working. And the reason was because they had a little bit of carbon dioxide in here. If you've got carbon dioxide down here, these won't work. Okay, that has finished now, so we can turn that back and turn that off and turn that on. I do need to automate these, so I can do it like one switch and stuff. So this pump will be on, it'll just be this pump on this circuit, and this circuit will be everything else, which will be fine. All right, sweet. So we'll let them get that built. This is very important because we're going to be introducing slime into here, and slime emits polluted oxygen. Oh yeah. Oh wonderful, I hear you cry. That's going to mess things up. Well, we're going to deal with that. So, the first thing I'm going to need in... Now, I would love to expand this, and if I was going to do something bigger, and I will later, I actually need a bigger room to do this, because we need, in here, a sink for every person who is going to be accessing the slime. Well, when I say accessing the slime, who's going to be accessing the slime when it's originally mined, i.e. they're going to be delivering it into here. So for now, I'm going to have to do this with a single person, which is a bit of a pain, but it is what it is. It's either that or I have to like build this out, and I don't want to take the time right now. So washout basin, throw that in, make that priority 9, get that built. And then we will make that... we only want that when they're going out. And then we want that set to priority 6, so they load it up with water promptly. Alright, cool. So now this room is actually set up apart from our storage. So we are going to put in a storage over here for slime. This is going to be where we put our slime. So let them get that built. Okay. So let's say for some reason we wanted to get rid of this bit of slime. Maybe we were trying to get through to a cold biome, and there was a bit of slime in the way, and we want to get rid of it. Or I don't know, maybe you want to start mining it because you're short of algae in your particular biome or whatever. So you want to start removing slime. Okay, this is how you're going to do it. We're going to put in a wash hand basin. Now you're going to need, for everybody who enters the mining zone, you're going to need a wash hand basin. So if you're going to have 3 people mining, you're going to have 3 wash hand basins. We are going to do this with just 1, I think. Let's see, I got 1 there. Yeah, let's put 1 there. So get that built for me pretty quickly. Good. Let's go back up here. That's in. Right, so this is going to be storing... Come here. Come here. This is going to be storing slime. Organic slime, and I'm going to set it to priority 9. The reason I'm setting it to priority 9 is because you don't want it lying around. You want it moved pretty much instantly. Then I'm going to deconstruct a couple of tiles here, and I'm going to put in a mechanized airlock. Make sure it's not a pneumatic door. You want to use a mechanized airlock because you want to try and control the flow of air. Now, mechanized airlocks do allow gas to travel backwards and forwards every time the door is opened. Every time a dupe walks through, some gas will flow backwards and forwards. But hey, it is what it is. Now I'm going to be using Honkelbrief for this. So the only person that can go in here is Honkelbrief. Everybody else doesn't have access that way through the door. And then we want, when he comes out of the mining zone, we want him to always wash his hands. Okay, so that's that done. Alright, we are now set up to do this with one exception. I am going to put in here, because this is going to be producing polluted oxygen, slime, or slime lung, I should say. Let's go here. So, slime lung, let's, if you click on this, you'll get the database info, which tells you everything you really need to know. It multiplies, the disease multiplies in slime and in polluted oxygen. Okay, so when it's in slime, it'll multiply. When it's in polluted oxygen, it'll multiply. If it's in gas, then it'll just be kind of in any other gas, it's just going to be kind of inert. It won't die, but it'll just kind of stay there. It's killed if it's on any other type of solid, or it's in pure clean oxygen, or it's in any liquid. But it's killed very, very slowly. And then it gets disinfected by bleachstone or chlorine. And that means it kills it really quickly. Okay, so that's what we're going to be using. All of that information is pretty crucial. So what we don't want is we don't want the slime getting anywhere near any polluted oxygen. Okay, so up here, the slime is going to be emitting polluted oxygen. We don't want that. So just in case it does. Now this is a highly pressurized environment, right? But if it does leak any polluted oxygen, we instantly want to convert that to clean oxygen. So I'm going to go to oxygen. I'm going to get a deodorizer. I'm going to put it up there. And I'm going to pop in a couple of airflow tiles. Boom, boom. And we're going to get that. We're going to get that built. Priority 9, please. Boom, go. Get that built. Oh, good job. Now right on the ball. Boom, boom. And you're going to finish it? No, you're not. You're going to leave it to Alex to finish it. Come on, Alex, get it finished. There we go. And we make that priority 6. What this is going to mean is if we do get any polluted oxygen released into the room, it will have some germs with it. But it will be converted to oxygen. And that will be basically instantly, not instantly, but it will start to die. And then the oxygen, being lighter than the chlorine, will always tend to go up and to the left. That is going to take it over towards this pump. The pump will pick it up and get rid of it. Okay. Now, we don't need this. I'm going to leave it running all the time because, like, what the hell? But you don't have, and I'll probably put some kind of circuit on there so that I can turn it off. Okay, so now that this room is absolutely 100% ready to receive our slime, now we'll go down here and start mining it. So this is all set for Honkelbrief. Yes. Okay, let's do it. So I am going to say to Honkelbrief, go in here and mine out. First of all, remove... remove those. Now, I want to look at this area around here and make sure that there's no polluted air anywhere around here. So use the materials overlay is the best thing. And look, we're getting little bits of polluted air, right? Because there's a bunch of polluted air here, which I'm asking for this. I want this. I want polluted air to be produced. And then it comes up here, and it's actually changed into oxygen when it gets up to this point. Well, normally that's fine, but because we're playing around with these nasty things, we don't want that. So I'm going to put in another couple of deodorizers there and there, so that anything coming up here is going to get converted to clean oxygen to keep this as sterile as possible. So we'll crank those up, get them built. It's all about preparation. This is all about preparation. If you do your preparation and then you mine it sensibly, you won't have any problems and you will have a 0 germ base, which is what we're aiming for. Right, so we'll make that priority 6 and that priority 6, so they're promptly filled up with sand. And we'll take a look at this again. And you can see any polluted oxygen that comes up here is just being taken out by these deodorizers. There's one little one that's sneaked across there, but yeah, boom, it's gone. Alright, so these deodorizers are going to keep this area clean. And if it does come up here for any reason, we're going to have another one up here. This one I'm going to put just inside the room, so that when I mine this slime, it's going to fall to the ground. It's going to start emitting polluted oxygen. We want to take care of that as quickly as possible. So another deodorizer in there. We'll set that to priority 9. Now, got to wait for Honkelbrief. Here we go. Good job. Boom. And we'll set that to priority 6. Bring me some sand. Are you bringing some? He is bringing some sand. Good man. He's well prepared. Okay. All right. I think that's it. Now, seriously, it's really worth like double checking and making sure absolutely everything's perfect. So, am I completely clear of polluted oxygen? Yes. Am I going to take care of any polluted oxygen that gets created? Yes, I am here. Yes, I am over here. I've got my system in place to remove any oxygen which gets in here. I've got this set at priority 9. I'm picking up slime. Yeah, everything is cool. Okay, so now let's get the slime. Mine, priority 9. Now, you want to mine out relatively small areas at a time. So I'm going to mine out like those 5. Boom, 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 boom. He can pick up most of that slime in one go. Now, as soon as he touches that slime, he is covered in germs. This is why you need this wash hand basin, right? That will wash the germs off him, right? So he's going to be, yeah, it says Honkerbriff, 0 surface germs. But the slime that he's carrying has 2.5 million germs on it. Now, if you didn't have that wash hand basin there, he would run over here to the ladder, climb up the ladder, and that ladder would be covered in germs. Then he would come over here, climb up this ladder, and that ladder would be covered in germs. And then, like, for example, there is, okay, this clay, right? Maybe he'd have picked up that clay and gone up here and put it into one of these storage bins. That storage bin would be covered in germs. Now, because the disease dies on any solid, right, and in clean oxygen, as long as your base is clean, that stuff is going to die off, but it dies off very slowly. And we want a 0 germ base. So the wash hand basin, important. Now, he's going to go up here. This is also important. When he goes in here, oh no, that's not good. First, is that the end of his shift? That might be the end of his shift. This is not good. This goes to prove that you cannot be 100% foolproof. Because if he is in the middle of carrying and it's the end of his shift, which I think this is, then he's just going to drop the stuff wherever it is and go about his business. And of course, there's no sinks here. So this is the one problem with this. What are you gonna do? He is now gonna go over. Yeah, it's the end of his shift. So he's now gonna go over here, grab some food, and then so he's gonna come over here. That's gonna put some slime lung germs on here, right? And then he's gonna go up and eat. That's gonna put slime lung germs up here, and then he's gonna go to bed, and that'll put slime lung germs over here. So yeah, not good. Literally, the only thing I can do is move him this side of this wash basin. I mean, this is going to be an exceptional circumstance. That's not going to happen very often, but it will happen occasionally. Now we've got Corpse Hatch has picked it up. Okay, Honkerbriff's going to wash himself. Great. Corpse Hatch gets over here, puts it in here. Now, are we going to see any polluted oxygen come off that? He's gonna wash the germs off, so he's good. And then we are going to see, if I speed this up, we will see. Look at those germs dying. My God, they die fast in chlorine. Oh, thank you for coming and doing a bit of disinfecting. Now, because this is in here, I could actually say, you know what, disable disinfect, because we don't need them to come and disinfect this. So if we disable that, then it can just sit here and run, and all the germs will get killed anyway. In fact, the storage bin surface, yeah, they're all gone. The slime, which had hundreds of thousands of germs, almost gone. Now, bear in mind, this is a half-life. So as it gets less germs, it gets slower and slower and slower till it finally gets down to 1 and... Come on. Oh, we didn't quite get there. We got the next one. But look how fast it's going away now. All right, so once you've done this, right, once this is all set up, right, we can just carry on mining now. Now, we've got a few germs in here, but this is all oxygen. If I look at this, this is all oxygen. There's one bit of carbon dioxide, but who cares about that? It's all oxygen. And you can see that it is slowly, the germs are slowly dying. They're not multiplying. That's the important thing. Now, if we'd have done this, say, in this room, oh my God. Once the slime lung gets a hold in a polluted oxygen environment, the germs multiply, and you will have millions of germs before you know it. So keep your base clean. I cannot stress that enough. Okay, so we can carry on then. Where's the slime lung? So we definitely want to take out that one. We'll do that one. So we'll do those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do like those 5 next, and then we're going to want to do probably those 3 and dig through to there, and then take that one out. But I want to leave this puffed room intact. So Okay, so off we go. He washed himself before he went on his way. That's it. Get yourself dry. Dump it in there. Wash yourself, and off you go. And it's kind of that simple. Like once you see it, it's like, yeah, that's pretty simple. Make sure you got wash and basin to get them clean, so that they're clean in transport, so they don't spread the germs around. And then they drop them off, and then make sure they're clean again. All right, cool. Okay, you've pretty much done this. Oh, he's got a fungal spore. So let's do. So we want 1, 2. So we'll take 1, 2, 3. Let's dig that and that. Just don't go crazy. Don't dig out too much at one time. What you don't want is this to be lying around for any length of time. Now, the other thing is, you want to make sure that this is staying clean oxygen. Okay, so as you're mining in, right, you may need to build more or move your deodorizers to make sure that you're taking care of all the polluted oxygen. So, boom, 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 boom. Now you see, we're getting puffs of polluted oxygen. Okay, so let's take a look at our overlay. So, ooh, look, we've got polluted oxygen. Now, what's that going to do? Is it going to come down here to this deodorizer, or is it going to stay up here? It's probably going to stay up here. So, that being the case, we are going to want to get another purifier, another deodorizer, and yeah, that's a good place for it. Go. We'll set that to priority 9. But before it can propagate, we throw in our deodorizer. Oh, we've killed one bit. And come on, you. Come over here. Yeah, and now we've got the other bit. Okay, so no more polluted oxygen. Now, does that mean we've killed the germs? No, it doesn't. The germs are still there, but instead of being in polluted oxygen, now they're just in ordinary oxygen. And they'll just die off slowly. Now, bear in mind that the oxygen diffuses, so the germs do kind of move around a little bit. But if I see it ticking down, there you go. 270, 269. That's the rate at which it dies. So, like a few thousand germs, yeah, you'll get rid of that in a few minutes. But if you've got like hundreds of thousands of germs, or millions, you know, you're gonna have some issues. See, this is dying away. Hardly any there. So we have now successfully mined out the slime in this area. Okay, well, that means we've still got slime up here. Yeah, but it's completely germ-free. 0 surface germs, and there's no germs inside either. Slime, yes, no germs. Hooray! And there was much rejoicing. Okay, so, well, okay, fine. So we've mined the slime. Well, that's the first half of the batch process. Now we want to do something with it. So, probably the easiest thing to do with it is to distill it into algae and polluted water. So I'm going to grab a, where is it? I want refinement. Refinement, I'll grab an algae distiller, which I'll throw in there. Let's grab that wire and have a look. This has got 720 on it, so yeah, it's fine. It's fine to add that. So power and wire, and we'll run this up there and into there. Now, when you first hook this up, right, unless you've already got a completely clean batch and nothing being mined, you want to disable this building. It's kind of like running these pumps and whatever. You want to make sure that the batch process is only done in batches. So you mine, it gets moved to here. Once it's clean and you've stopped mining and you've moved everything, right, then you can turn on your algae distiller and process it. And let me show you why you need to do it like that. Okay, so our algae distiller is now ready to rock and roll. So Guggets is going to come in here. He is going to grab some of the slime. Oh my god, he's grabbed the slime, but it's not green and radioactive. That's because we've killed all the germs. So now he can lug that around the base. We don't need wash hand basins around the place. We don't get germs on this because everything is clean. It's completely germ-free. So we now process this into polluted water. Now, by the way, this polluted water is germ-free as well. So in actual fact, I don't really need to put it into here. I could have a separate water sieve and process it and send it straight into here. But I think it's worth running it through my germ killer system, like just in case of an accident. It's kind of a fail-safe. I really don't want the germs in my pure water supply, so putting it through a two-step process I think is kind of a good safety valve. Now eventually this is going to produce some algae. So let's see, it's emitting 200 grams of algae per second, and it's using 600 grams of slime per second, and it's producing 400 grams of polluted water per second. Hooray! And eventually some slime is going to pop out here. Not slime, some algae is going to pop out here. Alright, so have we produced algae? I guess we must have by now, and I missed it. Oh, here we go! Algae! We have it, and look! 0 surface germs. Because we killed all the germs that existed in the slime when it was in here. So we've got a completely clean process now. Right, so the only point of failure, right, is in the delivery from the mine to the chlorine room. So that's kind of the one thing that you need to bear in mind. And what I'd say is, when you're laying out your base, throwing in an extra wash-hand basin, a two-way wash-hand basin or sink, like around the place. For example, maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea around the mess tables. Have a sink either side, so that like whatever happens when they go for dinner, you know that they're going to get clean. Also, any time that they're going to go and touch the food, right, might be a good idea to have a sink around there, so that when they go through here, like if I put a sink there, then you know before they can go get to the food, they have to wash their hands. You have got yourself the ability to mine slime, get slime out of the way, like do whatever you need to do with horrible SLIMELUNG, and a 0 germ base with that one little caveat of if they get interrupted, like their shift gets interrupted when they're traveling from the mine to the drop-off point in the chlorine room, oh, you could get a few germs. But you know what? If that happens, then just whip out your disinfect and just say disinfect. But you can see, like, look, I have got 0 germs. There are 0 germs around the place. There's nothing. Just to prove that this tool is working, if I go over here, right, see, look, there's germs over here. There will be, because this is this side of these sinks. There will be a few germs around here. That's fine, right? But in the center of the base, we want to make sure that there are no germs in here, and it is a 0 germ base. So there you go, guys. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. And there you go, eat my germs. So, I kind of lost track there. I really hope that you found this little SLIMELUNG guide useful, and this is a useful solution to your early game. Later in the game, when you've developed all the technology, you're going to be using exosuits, and there are different strategies that you can employ. But for the early to mid game, I've got to say, I think this is just the simplest way to go. Mine a batch of slime, clean it up, and then process it into algae or whatever the hell you want to do with it. So, there you go. Guys, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that you're going to leave me comments about this. I want to see loads and loads of comments about this video, because SLIMELUNG was introduced by the devs to give a challenge to the game, so that you couldn't just charge across the map, just mine the whole thing out, and there was nothing to stop you. That's what SLIMELUNG is there for. That's why they put it into the game. What do you think? What do you think of this? Have you got better or alternative strategies for how you deal with SLIMELUNG? Let's get loads of comments, guys. I will catch you for the next one. Remember to check out the link to the Magic Unicorn Land in the video description. And I'll catch you for the next one. Peace out.